God literally has the final say in anything. Anything. I promise you, there is nothing too big for him. There is not too big of a task that he cannot handle. Hey, what is up, you guys? Keisha here. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, your first time seeing this face, what is good? Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Be sure to like and subscribe while you're here. Also, make sure you click the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. And as you guys can tell by the title, today I am back. I'm finally back in front of the camera. This is a new era for me. So much has occurred over the last few months since I posted my last video. If you haven't noticed, I archived all my old videos because I'm literally in a new era right now. And it feels so refreshing, you guys. I'm going to get into the tea of where I've been in a little bit, but I just want to start by saying thank you guys to everyone who has been watching my videos, like while I've been away, while I've been on this hiatus. I'm still getting views, I'm still getting subscribers, and I'm super thankful. I really vow to be consistent. My reasons for leaving were not under my control, and you guys will understand more in a minute. But I just want to say thank you guys for still watching, for still subscribing, for still commenting, letting me know how much you guys enjoyed my videos. I really appreciate you guys. And that's pretty much what motivated me to come back, because I know everything that I've been through, people need to hear. I know that there's some people in a season right now where they're trying to heal, but they just feel stuck. They need a big sis to kind of lead them. They need someone to, you know, they just want to feel like they're heard. They want to be heard, and some people just need a voice, and I want to be that voice for you guys. I really want to call this the gentle era. I like that. It has like a ring to it, my gentle era. And I know it's kind of cliche right now because everyone is like in their soft girl era. Everyone's trying to live a soft life. But when I say gentle, I mean the things that I used to stress about, I no longer stress about. The things that I used to go crazy over, I used to have to stay in a masculine energy for, I no longer have to do that. Like, God has been literally handling everything for me. I'm out of that struggle life. I'm out of constantly being in a masculine energy. Like, God has really taken over, and I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. And that's why I call it a gentle era. Like, God is really pushing me to be more gentle with myself, with things that occur around me, with the people that are in my life. So yeah, welcome to my gentle era. So while I get into where I've been, I'm gonna just give you guys a quick story time on what's occurred. I went through a very life-changing event in February. I found out that I was at the end stage of liver failure. It was a complete surprise to me. I had no idea. I had no symptoms until the last minute, and I needed to undergo a liver transplant. So I did get a new liver. Hence, I'm still here. I had to go through 2 procedures, and I'm just gonna give you guys the quick rundown on what happened, how it happened. So many people are in a place in their life right now where they are going through a storm, and I just want you guys to see that I am walking, living, breathing testimony that God literally has the final say in anything. Anything. I promise you, there is nothing too big for him. There is not too big of a task that he cannot handle. So alright, so taking it back to February of this year, again, that's when I started having symptoms. I had initially went to my primary doctor because I just started vomiting and stuff. Like, it just was so weird. It was like to the point where if I even look at food, I would just vomit out of nowhere. I promise. Hold on, I'm trying to find my comb. Give me 1 second. I had to get my rat tail. I had to get my rat tail because you know a rat tail won't get the job done every time. I went to my primary doctor and talked to him about it. He was like, yeah, it seems you just have a bug, you know, just get some rest. I was super dehydrated as well, simply because at that point I wasn't able to keep most of my food down. And I'm sorry, I have to be honest, it's so hard for me to sit here and talk and do my hair. It's been a while since I've like even recorded while trying to do my hair, so this feels like a little weird to do. You can't tell, my hair was curly before. I did have curls in this, but I don't feel like curling this hair right now, so we're about to just straighten it. I'm gonna straighten it and style it, and yeah. Those couple days went by. It was time for me to go back to work, but I still felt like just very sick. When he wrote me out of work, it was like, I think like in the middle of the week. And then when it was time for me to go back to work, it was like the end of the week, like a Friday. I called out that Friday, and that Sunday I ended up going to an urgent care, because by Sunday I'm like, bro, these symptoms are not going anywhere. And I felt like maybe I just need like a second opinion or something, because I know my body, and it's like that. Like, you know your body, you know when something's not right. So I went to an urgent care that Sunday. The man in the urgent care, the doctor, whatever, APRN, whatever he was, he's telling me the same thing now, like, oh, it's just the stomach bug, you know, you need to rest. And he wrote me a prescription for Zofran. I never picked up the Zofran, and I never took it because, bro, this is not, like, I just knew, I don't know, I just knew in my heart it wasn't a stomach bug, but I know I wasn't pregnant either, because I'm like, bro, I don't do anything. So I just went home. I didn't even pick up the medication when they prescribed it. I just went home. Sunday passes, Monday comes. I call out of work again that Monday because I'm still not feeling well. That Tuesday is when I go back to work. As soon as I walk into work, I'm saying good morning. You know, my coworkers are asking me like, how you feeling and everything. And I'm talking to her. And as I'm talking to her, she's like, your eyes are yellow. You need to go to the ED. And I'm like, they are? For real? And mind you, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I started seeing that over the weekend, like that my eyes were turning slightly yellow. But you know, when you're just in your head about stuff so much that you kind of be like, nah, like maybe I'm overthinking it, like maybe I'm exaggerating, like maybe, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna just wait and see. So, but she's like, no, like your eyes are yellow, you need to go to emergency department now. I go to my supervisor, so she was like, yeah, you need to hurry up and get there now. So I leave work, I come home to change my clothes, because I'm not about to be sitting in the emergency room in my work clothes. I should have, honestly, because guess what? When I went to the emergency room, I ended up sitting there for 12 hours. 12 hours waiting for a bed. Mind you, when I went, I'm thinking that they about to give me some type of antibiotics, send me on my merry way. Nope. I get to the emergency room. I had to sit there for 12 hours in an uncomfortable stretcher. And this is what I do hate, like, this is what I personally hate about the medical field. I just feel like the medical field, they could care less about, man, do I even want to get into that? I say I should have worn my work outfit, because if they would have seen that I'm a damn employee, maybe they would have moved a little quicker. I don't know. But I was just very, very, very unsatisfied with that waiting process. It was just not okay. They did draw blood and stuff. So once they drew blood and everything, I believe he was a hepatologist or something. He comes and tells me, hey, we see that you have a liver injury. I'm like, what? A liver injury? What the freak? What do you mean? And he tells me that they have to get me admitted to a unit, but they're waiting on a bed. I said, okay. A liver injury is crazy, but all right, cool. So I start calling my friends and my family, letting them know what's going on. After the 12-hour wait, I finally get to my room. I'm in a single room, and as soon as I get there, I got emotional, because it kind of hit me like, damn, I'm really getting admitted here. They telling me I got a liver injury. I don't even know where it came from, what's going on. I've been healthy. I don't drink excessively. I used to drink a lot, you know, in my 20s, you know, going out with friends. We used to party every weekend. I definitely slowed that down. Like, I would get up for the gym every morning at 5 a.m. If you follow me like on social media, TikTok, Instagram, I'm pretty sure you know, I will get up faithfully, 5 a.m., go to the gym, work out. I slowed down on my drinking, because like you can't really lose weight with alcohol in your system. And that was one of the things that motivated me to just stop drinking as much. So I don't do that. I don't do drugs. What is this? And from that moment, I knew it was like some type of spiritual warfare going on. And I just had to start praying at that moment, like, God, I don't know what this is. I don't know why you're making me go through this or allowing me to go through this, because I definitely was asking him, like, why me? Like why me? Like, why does it constantly have to be me to go through these things? Like, bruh, I feel like I was just getting a breath of fresh air, you know, losing my mom 2022, losing my nana last year, now I'm going through this. It just was so much, and I'm just like, God, like, when does my time come to just breathe and not have to be facing so much adversity, you know? Fast forward, I'm in my room. I'm there for about a week now. I really did not expect to be there that long. I started gaining so much fluid weight, and mind you, I had no symptoms of this stuff before I went into the hospital. It seems like all of my symptoms dropped overnight. Like, it started with the eye color, then it seems like as soon as I got admitted, all of the other symptoms started kicking in. I gained so much fluid weight. I hit over 200 pounds while I was there. Acne, bad acne, and I think that was because of the medications that I was on while I was in there. All acne just everywhere, all over my face. So like underneath, because I have makeup on right now, I have dark marks. Most of it faded away, so it's not as bad. I don't know if you guys could see in the camera my chest. These are just dark marks from where all of that skin acne was, and it just was from medication. It just was so bad. My legs and my feet swelled up so bad. I'm not exaggerating. I wish I took a picture. I wish I did. My feet were so big in it that it felt tight. Like, it literally felt like my feet were going to explode. Like, I was nervous because I'm like, bro, if my feet get any bigger, what's gonna happen? So that was like my first week in there. Everything just started hitting me out of nowhere. All of the symptoms, all of these changes within my body. Finally, they came in and they told me, yeah, so just so you know, more than 90% of your liver is fried. I think that was actually the word the doctor used, like, because I had a team of fairly young doctors. Like, I could tell they were like in their 30s and 40s. So the team came in and they let me know, like, you do need a new liver, so we have to put you on the list for a transplant. And I'm just like, what? Like, what? Like, this, wait a minute. Like, everything was just hitting me so fast, you guys, I promise you, that I could not understand. So then they started asking me more questions about like my daily routine. Do I take any certain type of medications? Are there any type of teas or any type of drinks that I take? And the only thing that came to mind, and I'm like, well, I go to the gym every morning, and something that I take before I go to the gym every morning is OxyShred. Now, if you don't know what OxyShred is, it is a killer. You need to throw it away. Throw it away right now. If you use OxyShred and you're watching this video, throw it away, please. If you don't know what OxyShred is, it is a fat burner for the gym. It helps you basically focus and gives you energy while you're working out. And that's something that I took faithfully. And at that point, I wasn't even taking it for a year yet. I was seeing it all over TikTok. So I'm seeing people use it. I'm seeing people post like their results and stuff. So I'm like, okay, this really might help, because I had a goal weight at the time that I wanted to reach. And I'm like, okay, this actually might be a game changer for me. So let me try it. I had purchased my first one off of Amazon like last June. It's only February 2025 at this point, so it hasn't even been a full year. I told them that's the only thing that I could think of. They looked into it more and they found out that there is a ingredient in OxyShred called Garcinia cambogia, if I'm saying that correctly, that is linked to liver failure. I could definitely take accountability for maybe not doing my research and reading on the ingredients and making sure it was something that would be healthy to ingest. But on my mind, I'm thinking summer coming, okay? Summer is about to be here. I'm trying to be a baddie. I need to be on the beach with a two-piece on somebody's yacht singing with a martini in my hand, okay? Like, let's be real. That was my main focus for 2025. So honestly, at that time when I purchased, I could care less about the ingredients. Just make me a bad bitch. It did come back that was the reason behind my liver failure and the reason why I needed a new liver. It ate at my liver all that time and I had no idea. They put me on the list, and let me tell you guys how good God is. This is where the testimony comes in. Forgive me, because while I was in there, I will say I lost track of time. I was lethargic a lot of the time. I was not able to comprehend a lot. With the medications that they gave me, it kept me very sleepy, very drowsy. I would be falling asleep mid-conversation. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny right now, but y'all know like the people that be on the corner, like the addicts that be on the corner, and you know how they get that. I'm not trying to be funny, I promise. That was me. Like, I'm not even joking. So embarrassing. Even when I was on FaceTime, like, with my best friends, they be like, Keish, call us back when you wake up. I say all of that to say, like, I literally forgot about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I did not find out until after the fact. So I'm just giving you guys a sequence of events that I remember them in. So don't ask me about certain dates and specific dates, because there's only one date that I remember specifically, and that was the first date of my first procedure. So it did take a little bit for them to get me a liver. I want to say it took about a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't remember. That's how much time was passing by while I was in the hospital, mind you. Here's a blessing though. I ended up being put at the top of the list in our region because I was healthy. I did not inflict it on myself, the liver failure. So I ended up, by the grace of God, being put at the very top of the list, like #1. And I'm not gonna get emotional, but I remember it taking a while for us to find a liver for me, because the liver offers that they were getting, they were too big for me. I'm only 5'3", 5'2.5". A lot of the livers that they were getting were from like people that were like 5'7", 5'9", 6 feet, 6'2". Like, they were getting livers that were too big for my body. And that was one of the important things, was finding a liver that would match the torso of my body, because I do have a short torso. I definitely feel like this was a spiritual attack. If you don't believe in that, if you don't believe in the spirit realm, you know, I can't convince you of that, but I do believe this was a spiritual attack on me, and I'm gonna tell you why. I have a very small family. It's not many of us. Starting from my grandmother had 4 kids total. Her oldest daughter passed away before I was even born, so I never got to meet her. My mom was her only other daughter. She has 2 other sons. So I'm the only child from my mom, meaning I have no siblings. Think about this when I'm telling you. If I had been unalive in this process, that would have been an entire generation gone. First, my aunt passed away. My mom passed away a couple years ago. My nana just passed away last year, and then it would have been me. Somebody tried to wipe me out, and there's no one that's gonna convince me that's not the case. I believe in God too much. I am very tapped in with the spiritual realm, and I do believe somebody put a tag on my head. My best friend's mom came to pray for me. She prayed over me, and she also prayed over me for monitoring spirits. So the day that my best friend's mom came to pray for me, my cousin, I was talking to my cousin on the phone. She told me she went to church that day, and she told her pastor what was going on with me. And what he told her was that it's a great thing that we could request livers from heaven. They prayed over me and everything. Tell me why I got a liver the next day. Like, literally the next day, they found a perfect match for me. Mind you, in the midst of that, my best friend's mom came to pray over me, and she prayed over the monitoring spirits. That next day that we got the liver, the person that I suspected to be a monitoring spirit attempted to contact one of my best friends asking questions about me. Y'all not gonna sit here and tell me that ain't mysterious, and y'all not gonna tell me God ain't real either. But this is not that type of video. I don't want to make it that type of video. Anyways, I underwent the first procedure. The first procedure that I had fell on the anniversary date of my grandmother, March 12th. And that's the date that I said I really remember the most. And I only remember that date the most because it fell on my nana's anniversary. And that was her first anniversary. And it bothered me real bad. I'm not gonna lie, because it felt like, damn, like I'm in this hospital. I can't even celebrate her life while I'm in here. Well, I technically can, but I'm lethargic, swollen. I can't do nothing. I can't move for real. Like, it just was like, it bothered me so bad. And I was in those times alone in the hospital, like when my family left, when my best friends left. I did feel very secluded. I just felt so alone. I'm not gonna lie. Every waking moment, I just was thinking to myself, like, dang, if my mom was here, my cousins were the ones who really looked over me, and I'm thankful. But it just was the, you know, you just need that mother love. You just need that that motherly comfort. And I just was thinking about that like every second that I was there alone. But anyways, March 12th is when I underwent my first procedure. Only thing I remember was going in and when they were trying to take my tube out. I was intubated during that procedure, and when they tried to detube me, I don't even know what the correct term is, when they tried taking that tube out, baby, that's when everything went left. All right, y'all, so I'm back with a whole new hairstyle. While my battery was charging, I literally just started chopping away at my hair. I was trying to layer it, like, I don't know if you guys could see. I was trying to do like some cute little feathered layers. Is it giving that? I don't think so. And this is why I say I know for a fact this was like spiritual warfare that I was going through. If you are not a believer, I'm sorry. I'm not going to try to convince you. But just my experience there, what I seen, what I felt, it was definitely a spiritual attack. I woke up when they were trying to take the tube out, and while they were taking the tube out, when I woke up, I was seeing everyone normally, but the room itself looked different. Like, the room itself was like a red shade. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And I'm laying on my back, so I'm looking straight up at the ceiling, and when I'm looking straight up, I see 3 red X's across the ceiling. So of course in my mind I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is the end for me. Like, at the time I didn't even realize they were trying to take the tube out. I just thought, I don't know if I thought I was in the middle of my procedure or what. I started panicking because I saw the 3 red X's on the ceiling. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it's about to be my time. I'm about to go. I gotta tell them or something. So I started trying to talk, but obviously with the tube still in, I can't get words out. So I'm literally like I'm trying to tell them what I'm seeing, and I don't even know why, because to them it just probably looked like some normal regular patient mess that's going on. But for me, it was like, oh no, baby, get me out of this state. Y'all trying to unalive me. So while I'm freaking out, I look over and I see my cousin sitting there. I started to try to say, let me write it down, let me write it down. They didn't understand, but I was like, and my cousin was like, she wants to write. They tried to give me a piece of paper and a pen, but they put it in my right hand. Now I then tried to tell them I'm not right-handed. Put it in my left hand. I was getting so mad. Like, I was really, y'all, I got so mad. I started trying to stick my middle finger up at the lady, but I was so, one of the doctors was like, you can't write right now. You can't write right now. In my mind, I'm like, bitch, don't tell me I can't write. I'm about to die and I'm trying to tell y'all something. I got so mad at that lady for telling me I couldn't write. Cause it's like, clearly I can write. Y'all gave me the paper and the pen. At one point I was like fighting to like talk, and to, it just was a whole mess. I felt my body giving in though. Like, I felt my body going back to sleep slowly. So at that point, I kind of gave up. I went back to sleep. I said, forget it. It is what it is. If this is my time to go, Lord, just let me come with you. I did wake up, but I didn't wake up that same day. Like, once I went back to sleep, that was it. I woke up like a whole day or 2 later, because I remember looking at the calendar and the date was like 2 days from when I last remembered. So either I was like sleep for 2 days, or I just was that lethargic that I don't remember it. The first procedure was good, everything went okay, but what ended up happening, why I had to go back in for a second procedure, is that I had a lot of blood like still coming through my incision. Basically where they put the liver in, again, I was lethargic, so I don't 100% remember what they called it, but it has something to do with the tissue and like some type of hemorrhage going on, I believe. Now I'm going in for a second procedure. This time one of my cousins brought her friend over to come and pray over me, because again, I'm just like, bro, like, what is like this? Somebody really wants me out of here, because like, why is this happening again? Like, why am I going through this again? Like, I'm like, all right, you know what, let's go back in for the second one. It had to be done. Like, it had to be done, and it had to be done right away. Like, they literally rushed me back to the OR. Same thing, I went under. With this time around, I went through the procedure, but I don't remember being detubed. I actually woke up this time and I was back in my room. I remained on the surgical ICU for like a good week or two. At this point, I'm hitting almost a month that I've been in the hospital. While I was in the hospital for the remainder of my stay, I had to learn how to do pretty much everything all over. I told myself, you know, boom, I'm gonna go through this procedure and once I come out, I'm gonna be good. No, I felt like so useless when I came out because I had to learn how to walk all over again. Just everything. And then I still had a lot of swelling in my face. I was bigger, of course. I had to go through physical therapy every day to try to get me back to where I used to be. It will hurt to move. It will hurt to do anything. I had in a Foley, I think it's called a Foley. So basically I wasn't able to use the bathroom on my own anymore. I had to, you know, I had a tube in me to help me go to the bathroom and stuff. I had 2 drains on the side of my stomach that they had to check every day just to make sure the proper amount was draining, making sure I wasn't draining too much. That did become an issue. I started draining too much. But when there were times that physical therapy would try to get me to just even get up, walk to the door and walk back, like I was draining so much that I was literally bleeding through my gown. Like that's how much it was. And just going back into like the spiritual warfare and stuff, there were other things that were happening. Like for one, my phone literally crashed out. I still have it, but I kid you not, it did not fall. It did not get wet. Out of nowhere, my screen was dismantled. Like as you can see, it's not cracked, but when you turn the phone on, the screen, I can't even describe it. It just looks crazy to the point where I wasn't even able to use it anymore. I was missing certain calls. I couldn't answer certain calls. Thankfully, I had my MacBook with me, so that was how people were able to still communicate with me via FaceTime and stuff. It was a lot. It was a lot of spiritual warfare going on in there, but God was also with me. Like just considering the fact that the day after we prayed, I ended up getting the liver. Also, come to find out, one of my coworkers, y'all, this is how good God is. One of my coworkers, she became a case manager for the transplant unit that I was on. I had posted something, I think on Facebook, about me undergoing surgery, and she commented, and then I reached out to her. I'm like, I miss you so much, like we got a link. We ended up talking and stuff, and she ended up telling me, girl, she said they put my file on her desk. She seen my name, she started panicking, but she was like, you know, I couldn't reach out to you, I couldn't say anything because HIPAA. She can't, you know, she knows me, so she can't just, you know, be like, hey girl, I see you in the hospital, like what's going on? Like she has to wait till at least I say something to her and then we could talk about it. She ended up giving it to another person, but she said she was working behind the scenes to make sure I had the best care, to make sure things went smoothly for me. And when I tell you, I know, like, God is so good because the team of nurses and stuff and staff that I had around me was immaculate. Overall, I ended up staying in the hospital for a month. I was there for a whole month, y'all. It was definitely a transformation coming home because, you know, of course, things were different now. I'm not walking as great. I got to use a walker. Eating habits out the window. Lost all the weight because of how much I could not eat. And the only thing that I was able to tolerate were ice pops. But I'm still not clear to eat like seafood. I can't have like cold lunch meat. No, it's just so much more complicated. But overall, I'm just blessed and thankful to still be here. Thankful to be alive. But yeah, y'all, overall, that's my transplant story. That is my story time for you guys. I know so many people were wondering what happened. How are you now? Now I feel good. I still have some issues. Like sometimes my body still hurts. I still have soreness where my incision is. I'm not even gonna lie, right now as I'm recording this video, my back literally hurts. As my body is healing and as my muscles are coming together, I feel it. Like sometimes when I take a deep breath, I feel my ribs, like, and it hurts. It's all part of the healing process. It's all temporary. I'm just thankful to be here, still be alive, and it's a blessing. It is such a huge blessing. But I just wanted to get that out to you guys. If you made it this far and you're still watching, I love you. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are an OG subscriber, you've been here since the beginning, like since 2019, then you know all I posted was hair videos. You can expect more sit downs like this on this channel. More vlogs are coming. Yeah, and I just really want to open up to you guys, show more of my personality. Again, I thank you guys for clicking on this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how your 2025 is going so far, because this is how mine is going so far. But I'm blessed, I'm still here, and I thank you guys. So yeah, until next time, bye.